What's going on, everybody? It's been a couple weeks now. Just got back from vacation. Been messing with the Mustang a little bit here and there. Just got done doing valve cover gaskets on this thing, new valve covers, playing with the carburetor a little bit more, trying to get the jetting just right on this thing. So far it's been doing pretty darn good. I still have not fixed the broken off bolt down. Oh, focus. That bolt right there, if it'll focus, right there, that's held in with fucking silicone because someone broke it off in the block before I ever got the car. But it's not leaking, it's holding. I'm just going to leave it alone until it's time to rebuild this motor because it burns oil anyways. I'm going to rebuild it, and I don't feel like fighting with all of that nightmare of getting the timing cover and stuff off until I'm ready to pull it out and rebuild it anyway. So I'm just keeping an eye on it. We're doing good now. So radiator situation is all good. Cooling system's doing good. I added in the this awesome little oil cooler, which, believe it or not, is just a El Cheapo eBay one, but it's doing really well. I actually really like this thing. It's a sandwich block style, so you just slide the ring on there where the filter goes. There's a threaded freaking tube that goes on at the end, and then the filter threads onto that, and yeah, like stupid simple. Like all I had to do was make a couple little nothing special brackets to hold it and chop a hole in my valence to give it more of that Shelby look. But I'm going to be changing over to the Eleanor bumper later on, all that good stuff. But anyhow, today we're playing with that because I want to be able to do like hoon stuff with it because it's a Mustang, and you know, I want to enjoy this thing. So I've been trying to figure out where in the world I'm going to put this guy in here. It's looking like I'm probably going to move my cup holder back a little bit and then mount it to the drive shaft tunnel right there. But I've also got this raised bracket right here for a ratcheting shifter. I originally bought this for my Plymouth, but when I put the shifter in the Plymouth, it sat so good just sitting on the floor, I didn't want to raise it up with this. And it's just been kind of hanging out collecting dust on the shelf. And this might work to where I can like mount this side to the floor, and then I'll have to bend and modify it to maybe put this side up on the drive shaft tunnel so I can angle this off of the drive shaft tunnel towards the passenger seat. But I'm not 100% sure yet. So first things first, I guess I'm going to get that cup holder out of the way, and then we'll set it in there and just kind of eyeball up spatially how that's going to work out with the arm in there, my shifter and the steering wheel, and make sure everything's going to give me room to operate and what's going to be comfortable. So yeah, let's get to that. Okay, so basically this is my general setup. Got my quick detach Momo in here. My shifter, I made this thing pretty freaking long, like a stock car, but the idea was to just be close ratio, or at least close proximity to the steering wheel, so I'm not going far from going from gear shift to steering wheel. And I want to keep my handbrake kind of in that same general sweep and vicinity. So I'm thinking probably going to want this guy something about like that at an angle there. So that way I've still got plenty of room for my shifter over there, but I'm also not like reaching way off out of, you know, out of my general range of motion here. I want to keep it close and tight so I don't have to go far from gear shift to handbrake to steering wheel. And the raised piece that I had, you know, if I was going to put it like way out here and then I'd have to angle the handle back towards me, that would work out good. But I think my best bet is going to be just mounting it to this nice little flat spot right here where I had the cup holder. Just go straight to the frickin' floor right there. I think that's going to work out the best. So I'm going to go, hell, I think I'm just going to slam 4 riv nuts in the floor there and just call it good. So I'm going to go ahead and mark this and make sure I have enough materials to go through and throw some riv nuts in that. And then I got to reattach my cup holder that I made back here behind it. And yeah, I think that's going to work out. Then I got to make some freaking brake lines for everything, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Alrighty. So if you guys haven't encountered these, a few people make them. These are the ones from Matco. They make these hyper steps. which is like a stepper bit on the end of the drill bit. And these things are freaking awesome, man. They don't walk anywhere near as bad as a normal drill bit. They cut really good. I think it's only the first row on them that's not warranty, but like all the normal size ones you use are all lifetime warranty. And I use the crap out of these things. Best drill bits I've ever bought. But if you live in like the North Carolina area, you know, around like Hickory, Lincolnton, and stuff like that, go on ahead and hit up Brian Cole from Matco Tools. Yeah, he's a pretty awesome dude, great tool guy. And ironically enough, that's where the transmission in this car came from. Because not only is he a tool guy, but he's a car guy. Primarily with Fox bodies that go extremely fast. So, he's been really cool dude. Big into all the... I've been buying a lot of his leftover racing stuff off of him. But, yeah. Go up one more size, because that one wasn't quite what I needed for these riv nuts. But, you know, not like I'm sponsored or anything like that, but I will, you know, when I come across a good product, I can't help but to like, hey, you actually need this. So these drill bits, these bigger ones like this have a lifetime warranty on them, and I've had plenty of times where like an exhaust stud breaks off in a cast iron manifold, like down at the collector. And usually what happens is, I guess from heat from the catalytic converter and whatnot over the years, it basically like work hardens what's left of the stud that breaks off in the manifold, and they are an absolute nightmare. Sometimes you can get lucky and you can put a nut on there and stack up tack welds inside off the end of it and then weld it to the nut, and you can turn it right out of there. That's my go-to whenever I break a bolt off. But sometimes you don't have a choice but to drill that thing out. And a lot of times that usually means drilling all the way through the flange and just putting a nut and bolt all the way through it. And I've had these drill bits where, you know, normally it would smoke a normal drill bit in a couple of seconds because it just can't handle it. I can take this, like the size of the stud, and just lean on it and hammer through that thing. Now granted, it's going to smoke this drill bit and it's going to be purple by the time it's done, but it's going to get the job done. And when the Matco guy comes around, you just, hey man, smoked it, I need another one. They give you another. So, I don't know many drill bits I've been able to do that with. I haven't encountered any others. And the great thing is when you sacrifice that drill bit to get the job done, they'll replace it under warranty. So, like, yes, they're expensive drill bits, but if you do a lot of crap like that regularly, it'll pay for itself pretty damn fast. Alright, that should get it. I'll go a little bit more. Oh, by the way, Matco Tools. Freaking awesome riv nut installer. Good quality stuff. We got a bigger version of this thing too, which is like, it looks like a pair of bolt cutters for like really big ones. But obviously I don't need that for what I'm doing right now. Oh god, I lost it. And that's literally the last one I have of this size. There we go. Can't afford to lose that, I need it. I gotta go buy more of these damn things. So the cool thing about riv nuts though, like, no, obviously you're not going to mount a damn seat down or something like that, it'll pull through. But for stuff like this and brackets and shit, riv nuts do pretty damn good. I've been impressed with how well they will hold and not pull through, because the bottom of it flowers out as you crush it, just like the top ring. So yeah, it's not gonna pull, and then when you tighten on it, it squeezes it even more, and it just, yeah, it holds. It ain't going nowhere. And for this here, I believe it'll be plenty strong enough. But like I said, you know, I wouldn't go and mount down like a seat or, you know, harnesses, you know, stuff that's, you know, life-saving stuff. Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. You know, you want to mount down like a spoiler or like, you know, this or a cup holder or hold a fender on. Perfect, go for it. But yeah, not any safety stuff. Don't ever do that. That's stupid. But right, I'm gonna go grab some washers for this and kind of reconglene all this. But yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. I think that's gonna work out nicely. Okay, so that concludes the super easy part of this whole job. Just getting this guy mounted down. Very easy. It's freaking strong. And the thing is, this being hydraulic, I'm not going to be like yanking on this thing with my freaking body weight, because I had a hydraulic handbrake in my Toyota pickup truck that I used to drift. And yeah, the way this is set up, just going to the rears, you don't have to put a whole lot of pressure on it to get it to lock up. I mean, literally, most of the time you just slap the thing one good time and it's plenty. So I know this is going to be plenty strong enough to hold it. So that guy's mounted, and I like how that proximity works out right there. It's good. I got plenty of mess around room here. I'm not going to be bumping it and whatnot. And I mean, let's face it, that's fifth gear there. We're good. Oh, it's got a little lockout. That's the highest one. Will probably be, let's see, second, fourth, yeah, fourth gear right there. And we're still plenty of room to where I can go through and slap that guy, even if I'm somehow on a fucking suicide mission and I'm needing to slap the handbrake while I'm in fourth gear, which with the ratio on this thing, fourth gears, that's really hauling some ass. So I highly doubt I'll need to worry about that. Not for what I'm going to be doing with the car. But anyhow, if I should, it'll work. That's right where I need to be. I like that, just simple. There we go. It's all within that nice little range of motion. So cool. Now I need to figure out my thread pitches on these guys so I can get a couple of the fittings. I guess a flare nut, I guess we would call it. But anyhow, I'm probably just going to figure out what those are and then measure out to go on ahead and start making my lines, which I'm not going to do that in this video because I'm going to do that at work. Because at the hot rod shop, we have all the stuff to make really nice brake lines and stuff. I've been doing them for show cars and stuff. So I want to go through and get the fitting pieces I need and bend up with the proper benders and stuff so it's nice and clean since it's going to be running inside the car. But I need to have a line coming off of this guy. I'm going to run along the floor up here and through the firewall and then up to the rear brake side of my brake master. And then the line coming out of the back of it is going to go back through the floor, underneath the car, and to the rear. But this guy just goes in line with the rear brakes. And yeah, like I said, I just need to make new hard lines to make that work. I could do the ghetto thing where you cut the brake line and use those little crimp connectors to adapt more brake line to run up here. And I did that on my Toyota when I was younger, and it worked just fine. I never had an issue out of it. It's not necessarily the best way to go about it. I don't like it, and especially now that I have the ability to do it better, I'm definitely going to do it better. I'm not going to do the half-ass way. But if that's what you have access to, I mean, I'm not going to fault you for doing it, because it will work. You just got to be careful and keep an eye on it, because if that thing slips apart, you're going to lose rear brake pressure. You'll still have front as long as you have a split master cylinder, which most modern vehicles do. So yeah, there's that. Yeah, oh, another side note for you guys that are putting a hydraulic handbrake that goes in line with the rears like this, you cannot pull the handbrake and hit the foot brake at the same time. You will create a pressure lock between the foot brake and the handbrake, where pressure is going to be built between the two here, and nothing makes it to the back. The brake doesn't fucking work. They just sit there and they fight each other, and it doesn't send the pressure to the wheels. Hell, most of the time, if you're holding this handbrake and you stomp on the foot brake, it'll just freaking blast that thing out of your hand. So this means of how I'm setting this up, it's an either or. You cannot combination brake where you drag the foot brake and then lock the rears and gently drag on the fronts. You can't do that with this setup. Which brings me to the other idea of where a lot of the other guys, like your Pro-Am guys, a lot of them, they'll have a separate reservoir inside the car, and this will go to a like doubled up banjo bolt at the back, so that this is like a separate one that ties into the rear only. So then you don't have that pressure coming through, and you can, you know, combo brake between the two, which is a way better setup. That's probably what I should do, but I mean, I got used to just this setup in my little ghetto drift truck that I had, so I don't mind it. But I don't know, I'm gonna think about it. I might go through and do a cool little aluminum reservoir and stuff in here and do it that way. But yeah, I'm not there yet, so we'll move on to messing with something else. You ever guys seen the people do the freaking skateboard wheel window cranks? Because these are all like crappy, and this one has a wood screw in the back of it holding it on. I think I'm going to make a set of those, because I have a set of leftover black Spitfire skateboard wheels. I think that'd be kind of cool. So yeah, I'm going to see if I can find some hardware and stuff to make that work, and maybe we'll make that too, just to wrap up this video. And, you know, had a couple of cool things. Not 100% done, but hey, we're making cool shit, right? Okay, so I think I found everything I'm gonna need. So basically, skateboard wheel, pretty standard, no big deal. The other two of these, if you're wondering, are mounted to the crash bar on my Dyna. That's why I have two brand new nice ones, and well, the other two went to use on that because they look fucking cool. Anyhow, I found this cool little shim here. Don't know what it's from, but I had two of them. So that's cool, even though they don't actually match, but they're about the same size. Stainless steel Allen. Cool. Come over here. So I guess the main deal is going to be unbolt it, take the window crank off, drill this guy out, and drill out that center hole so we can just bolt it on there and stick it back on the car. It's like super easy. One of the easiest DIY things to make your car look all, you know, hoonigan and whatnot. So yeah, I'm gonna grab a screwdriver, pop that off, and I'll bring it back and I'll drill all that, put it together, and give you something to actually look at. So yeah, be right back. So it ends up, I didn't actually put a wood screw in it, I put an Allen in there. So I'm going ahead and unbolt this. Which, who knows, I may not even need to drill this thing out to put that together. It looks like a pretty decent sized hole. This may not get much simpler than this right here. Yeah, it really is that damn simple. So I'm going to grab a wrench and the Allen to go with that and tighten that down, stick it back on the car, and then I'll go pull the other one off and do it too. Sweet. Okay, so the passenger one is actually relatively intact and still has the big old rivet thing on there. So I'm going to have to drill this one out, which is what I was intending to have to do on the other side. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do. I got a set of soft jaws here. They're brass, but you still got to be careful because you can still crush stuff with it. It's still a vise, but those are less likely to damage it. See if I can get this to not spin while I'm drilling it. Wow, that worked out way better than anticipated. But it looks like, yeah, the end is actually threaded in there. So that's how we ended up doing the Allen in the other one. You just twist that guy out and you can put a bolt in it. Well, I'll save that for whatever, because I don't need it right now. I need this. Bearings are crap, they're old, but it doesn't matter because it's just a window crank. I am not going to be riding these, so. Cool, I'm going to stick that guy in the car too and check it out. Oh yeah, so much cooler. Actually got something to freaking grab onto too now. I actually like that a lot better than the regular knobs. Already got that side over there is already on, and I freaking forgot about it. I had to pop rivet my cup holder back down. But anyhow, I'm sure you guys all know how to pop rivet shit on, so pretty simple. But anyhow, yeah, I've got a open house I got to ride out to tonight, and then tomorrow night I've got a anniversary party I got to go to, so I'm gonna call this a video here, go do some editing, and maybe tomorrow during the day before I gotta go to the other party I might be able to film some stuff. But till then, I'll catch you all in the next one.